Hi. Like a tree was grow, we expand and get bigger, finally petrified. This is our cycle.
In O-Hi-6 in biology, the body is affected by gravity. Drop a ball from up high, it falls to the ground. All bodies are ground, the planet's surface. When we grow from a baby, we experience gravity as a play line. Little older, we experience the theory of the gravity force. Finally, when grows somewhat old, we start experiencing change. Our energies slow down, our bodies get heavier, finally. We start experiencing difficulties. Our body, among main things, get heavier because we have grown our height. Again, our bodies slow down more so than before, and we experience excessive slower physically and gain more weight that gravity stresses on our bodies and our health. We are only human. We have a biological clock-like system about the length of time we exist. Elon Musk, if we can find out what causes this ending cycle on human anatomy, we might be able to change that future 3056.
The space industry's dirty secret. Most tech is built out of spec. No universal standards, just chaos.
The quanta physics theory space model is defined by these core tenets. Flat, modular architecture. Space is not curved. It is a flat, modular grid. Celestial bodies act as grid anchors that align within the expanse. The expanse as the governing field. The expanse is a neutral, non-density field that governs ship acceleration. Within this field, mass and time cease to exist at a local frame, rendering space massless and undetectable. Localized light speed and time. The speed of light is not a universal constant, but is limited to the observer's immediate vicinity. Time is not interwoven with space, and time dilation is dismissed. Clocks are viewed merely as mechanical devices reflecting Earth's rotation. Separation of physical laws. Mass and energy are distinct and not equivalent. Particle physics is separated from celestial gravity theory, and both are distinct from the zero-point energy of the empty expanse. This summary defines a distinct architectural model of the universe, which directly challenges the foundational principles of general relativity and the Standard Model. Here is an itemized breakdown of how the quanta physics theory posits a modular, grid-based universe. 1. Flat modular architecture rejection of curvature. This tenet explicitly rejects Einstein's core concept of space-time curvature. Space is not a fabric that matter can warp. The grid model. Space is a static, rigid, modular grid. This establishes an absolute, three-dimensional coordinate system. Anchor points. Celestial bodies do not curve space. Instead, they act as anchors, or nodes that physically lock onto the grid structure. 2. The expanse as the governing field. The void is a field. The empty space between celestial anchors is not nothingness or a vacuum. It is the expanse, an active, zero-point energy field. Acceleration and masslessness. This field is neutral and non-dense. It is the only medium through which ships can accelerate. Within the expanse, the local effects of mass and time cease to function. Undetectable space. Because the expanse is massless and time-independent locally, the space itself is undetectable by conventional physics metrics. 3. Localized light speed and time rejection of c as a constant. This directly contradicts Einstein's second postulate of special relativity. Light speed is not universal. Local vicinity limit. The speed of light is a local phenomenon, limited only to the observer's immediate vicinity, relative to the local expanse grid. It is not a cosmic constant. Time dilation. Dismissed. The model dismisses the interweaving of spacetime and the concept of time dilation. Clocks as mechanical devices. Clocks are not measuring a fundamental dimension. They are simply mechanical devices whose rate of function is calibrated to reflect Earth's rotation and grid alignment. 4. Separation of physical laws. Non-equivalent systems. This is a move away from grand unification. Physical laws are compartmentalized into distinct, non-interchangeable domains. Mass versus energy. Mass and energy are separate phenomena, not convertible, rejecting C2. Particle versus celestial. The physics governing subatomic particles is distinct from the gravity governing celestial bodies. The expanse domain. Both are distinct from the zero-point energy laws that govern the empty expanse. This framework describes a modular, grid-based universe, where space is flat, time is a local measure, and the governing physical laws are segmented into discrete domains. Would you like to explore the mechanics of how a ship's engine interacts with the expanse field according to this theory?
From mass to slip. That's the hook, because in this Quanta-style model of the universe, the map of space isn't a stretchy fabric, it's a flat, modular grid, and once you step into the expanse, mass doesn't behave the way you expect. So how do you move a ship where mass loses its local meaning? First, engine decoupling. Traditional engines shove against something. Air reaction mass warps spacetime. Here, that fails. The trick is to decouple the ship's internal mass from the grid's anchor points. Think of those anchors like pegs on a board. If you're pegged, you feel inertia. If you unpeg, just for your frame, you stop paying the inertia tax. Now propulsion. In the expanse, you don't push, you slip. The engine becomes a localized field generator, grabs zero-point energy. ZPE creates a controlled mismatch with the grid tiles beneath you. That mismatch is your slip. Instead of accelerating a mass, you're changing how the grid recognizes your presence. Less shove, more handshake. Navigation gets weirdly simple. No curving arcs, no gravity wells to slingshot around. The grid is flat and modular, so I align the propulsion vector with its axes, X, Y, Z if I'm hopping layers. When the engine synchronizes with the ZPE field, motion becomes a clean, straight-line propagation. I pick a tile direction, phase the field, and I'm going. No drift, no arc, just go. What about gravity? Inside the expanse's governing field, celestial masses are just muted background props. Stars, black holes, galaxies. My ship isn't referencing them anymore. With the mass coupling off and the slip engaged, gravitational lensing spacetime warping don't reroute me. I'm independent of their pull. Let me tie it together. Decouple the vessel's mass from grid anchors. Generate a local field that taps ZPE to create slip. Align with the grid axes, not orbital curves. Navigate straight, free from celestial gravity. From mass to slip means leaving behind thrust inertia for synchronization and alignment. It's not about how hard I push, it's about how precisely I phase. In a flat, modular cosmos, the fastest path isn't a clever curve. It's a perfect lock with the grid. Click and slip on and go.